Welcome to Geeks Corner. I'm Mr. Daps.
And I'm Johnny 5, and you are the formal one this week.
Yeah, where's your tie?
I brought it. Do you want me to put it on?
No, that's okay. This is a real tie. See?
Ah.
Actually, tied it.
Well, aren't we special then?
Well, at least I can tie a tie.
I can tie a tie.
So why wear a clip-on?
It was closest.
Meaning that's the one you always use?
So what are we talking about
ElecTRONica, yes, ElecTRONica. So we went to ElecTRONica on Friday night. Liked it for the most part. What do you think of it?
I really liked it. It's blue. It's neon. It's brightly colored. I enjoy it. I love just the title of it because it's ElecTRONica and the Tron in the middle it's all Tron themed. So really, just someone was trying to think of a Tron event and they pitched this, and it's just a really bad pun. But someone really liked it and they splashed it. It's a terrible pun, and they splashed it all over California Adventure and promoted it and all this stuff. So
and it doesn't look very good during the day.
Well. But
Not
then
that you
again,
expect it to, but
all the like Hollywood. Have you ever been to Hollywood?
True,
It doesn't look good in the day.
But I don't think it looks that great at night either.
Hey,
So at least, hey, DCA's got one thing up on Hollywood then.
Right.
We both really liked Laserman. I actually saw it. He watched it on the video. We both decided we liked the preview, I think. Correct?
Yes.
Yes.
The Tron preview.
Yeah.
3D coming right out at you. Like the Star Wars film coming up, talked about last week.
Yeah, you're obsessed with 3D.
I love 3D.
Uh-huh.
It's one more than 2D.
Yes, it is. You can count.
I can. Public school works.
Let's hope. Flynn's Arcade was kind of cool, other than you have to pay for it. But,
Right.
you can't have everything for free.
But if you're at Disneyland and you really want to beat your friend at air hockey, that's the place to do it.
True. Yeah. I wasn't a huge fan of the End of the Line Club, in all honesty. I'm not a huge fan of the alcohol thing being everywhere. And I kind of thought all of Hollywood Backlot smelled like beer.
Really?
Did you notice that?
I didn't notice that.
I kind of did.
I don't have a very good sense of smell.
I also thought it was kind of humorous, but not a surprise at all. There weren't many people dancing.
We can change that.
We could, but
You and me will be
wouldn't.
trendsetters. We will go there and we will dance.
Yay.
Let us know in the comments if you want to see me and Mr. Daps dancing. At ElecTRONica. Him shaking his head should be enough reason for you to say yes.
Or not. Next topic. The Hobbit.
The Hobbit.
Yes.
The Hobbit.
It's still not greenlit. And really, we could stop right there because that seems to be the same news for the last year or two.
It's getting closer, right?
It seems like it.
Like 2 feet closer than it had been?
Yeah, I think it's one of those 3 feet forward, 2 feet back kind of thing.
Then again, hobbits are short and they don't walk as fast.
That must be why it's taking so long. Yeah, it seems like everything's up in the air. So we'll see what happens with that. There's the whole screen actors fight that's slowing things down, and
the New Zealand actors are boycotting. Is that
basically,
what
and it sounds like that didn't get resolved like they were hoping it would be over the weekend. So everything's up in the air, even where it could be filmed. Could be a problem, which I think would be horrible if they didn't film in New Zealand, because
that's
Middle
where
Earth.
Hobbit,
That's
there are actual hobbits there,
and
they can study them.
The town's already built. The Shire is there. I read an article over the weekend that the Shire is done, and there's sheep living in them, and living in it. I don't know. What is a Shire?
It's like a village, but it's not as outgoing because it's a little bit shyer.
Oh man. Ozzy strikes again.
Waka 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 waka.
Yeah, so that's happening. There's actors that they have lined up that were willing to be in the movie, but it has to be greenlit so they can be contracted. And I think Ian McKellen being one of them is Gandalf.
Yeah.
And we'll see. And it sounds like Peter Jackson will direct if the movie actually happens or when the movie actually happens. So that's cool.
Now, I'm worried about that, though, because I was reading through some of the news about that, and one of the buildings they were using burned down.
Yeah.
And he's planning on directing this, and then he directed King Kong also, and then the building at Universal, the King Kong building, burned down.
That's true.
This seems to follow him.
Hey, as long as it's in New Zealand and not here, we're okay.
Okay, that's a good point.
Yeah, so next we're going to go into a new segment that we'd like to introduce to you called Yes, It Exists. And the first thing I'm going to show you is a new car that everybody's going to want because it can go 40 miles per hour. And it's only $20,000, and it's an off-roading Donadon Land Cruiser. Isn't it beautiful?
Donadon Land Cruiser.
Mm-hmm. Don't you want one? I mean, look at that thing. It's stylish. It kind of reminds me of that thing, you know, in the original Star Wars: A New Hope. That
the like droid transport.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It kind of looks like that, but turned upside down. Doesn't it?
It really does a little bit.
Speaking of droid transports, that's kind of space related, right?
Sure.
So the second thing that, yes, it really exists is a UFO detector.
Now, if you've ever suspected you might have UFOs in the area, but you've never been able to
maybe
figure out
living
for sure,
in the apartment next door.
you never know.
There's a TV show. What was it? 30 Rock.
Third Rock from the
Third
Sun.
Rock from the 30 Rock. What am I thinking? That's the other show I like.
Or Alf.
Alf.
Accepted
Yeah,
Alf.
see? That's true. There's aliens all around us. So with this UFO detector, you might be able to see how they're getting there.
You can detect them, and then you can identify them, so they'll no longer be unidentified flying objects. They'll be flying objects, you know what they are.
And according to the ad on Amazon, there's a NASA, they must have just gotten one, but some NASA scientist says this will give you undeniable evidence of nearby UFO activity. That's a direct quote. That's kind of creepy, actually.
Yeah, that's,
Yeah.
I believe it.
So the third thing that we have for Yes, It Really Exists is this book. I don't know why anybody would ever need this book, but it's called How to Avoid Huge Ships.
Now, I'm looking at the cover of this book.
It's just a big ship.
It's a huge ship on the cover of this book.
So you probably shouldn't have the book.
Clearly, you're already failing at avoiding huge ships by owning this book that has a huge ship on it.
Well, that and the price is like $86. So,
and really, there's no reason to avoid ships. I mean, there are big ships and there are small ships.
And
but
how did he write an entire book on how to avoid a huge ship? I think you kind of just look up and you're like, oh, there's a ship. Let's get out of the way.
Yeah.
I don't.
Perpendicular, swim at right angles. But I mean, there are big ships and there are small ships. But the best ship is friendship.
Wow. Thank you for going there.
Absolutely.
I bet you're glad you're watching
Side
this,
note,
aren't you?
high school English teachers love it when you begin essays with that sentence.
If you get an F, it's not our fault.
I'm not liable.
No.
Don't try this at home.
This is not PBS.
Yeah.
This is YouTube, and it's like Wikipedia. It doesn't count as a real source. You knew that, right?
I thought we were doing delving investigative journalism.
You're not on Geeks Corner.
Oh.
Daps Disney News. That's real journalism.
Okay.
Geeks Corner is whatever the heck we want it to be.
Anything we want it to be?
That's geeky, but that's pretty much anything.
All right.
Yeah, you know,
That's good enough for me then.
We are starting to run out of time, so there's a couple of things we'd like to point out to you. On Geeks Corner, check out every Thursday. Sarah's got an awesome column called Things I Love Thursday, and she posts random Disney things that she loves.
Or Tilt.
Yes, it's her Tilt blog. I wonder if she lives a crooked life.
Ooh. We'll have to do some investigative journalism.
Sarah, would you leave a comment down below and tell us if your life is straight or crooked? If it's too crooked, don't tell us because we don't want to get you
We
in
don't want
trouble.
details. We just want to know.
Yeah, other thing
we
is,
care.
we both have Twitter accounts.
Yes.
Mine is Mr. Daps, and yours is?
Daps Geek Johnny 5, the number 5.
Not the V?
Not the B.
Everything else is a V.
It is. If you find me on Facebook, it's Johnny V Daps.
Yeah, because I thought that was on your driver's license. It was a V, not a 5.
Yeah, it's Roman numeral.
Okay.
Right?
Most people have numbers for something else, like if you're the 5th in a family line or something, and usually a V is like indicative of a middle name. Do you have a middle name?
No.
Like Johnny Victor or Johnny Vincent?
Well, I mean, they called me Johnny Victor when they were mad at me, but I don't know where that came from.
Where did Johnny 5 come from?
Oh, because I can eat dinner for $5. It's
Yeah.
True. That's
Well, with what you're eating tonight, yeah, definitely.
408.
That's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
And are you full?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, well,
And I still have more. I have leftovers for tomorrow.
great. I'm happy for that. So I think
lead an
that's
interesting life.
Yeah, I think that's about all we have for you
That's
tonight.
about
Stay tuned for next week. Keep your eyes on Daps, and we'll see you next time.
Geek out.